And Gonzaga come into today's game after a fantastic first round performance, beating Blackrock in a thriller. And as a result of their performances that day, the coaches have kept faith and have picked the same starting 15 once again. Gonzaga will look to the experience of the likes of Ronan Shaw, Arthur Henry, Tom Cullen and of course Hugo Fitzgerald, while in the back line the very accomplished combination of Eivard O'Callaghan and Harry Colbert will dictate the backline direction. And they will hope the star of the first round, Simon Wilson, will once again be able to provide some finishing magic. St Michael's come into the game as favourites to lift the trophy for the second year in a row, with a squad that is laden down with Leinster and Ireland representatives. It's difficult to argue against that. However, reputations have not meant much to Gonzaga in recent years, and Michael's will be taking nothing for granted. The powerful pack, including Jack Boyle, Lee Barron, Jack Keenan, Will Hickey, will look to do all the heavy lifting up front. And they'll have Niall Carroll and Simon O'Kerry, Chris Cosgrave in the backs to test against these Gonzaga players. Gonzaga coming out to the field now, and as they do, the weather has just changed. Tom Cullen, the captain of Gonzaga, leading his troops out onto the pitch. But the weather, as I said, has turned a little bit nasty from the lovely sunshine that we had just a few moments ago. The rain is now coming down hard and fast with a little bit of sleet mixed in between it. I'm delighted to be joined alongside me by Bernard Jackman as St Michael's take to the pitch now, led out by their captain Will Hickey. And Bernard, as I said, conditions turning nasty just as the boys take to the pitch.
Yeah, we know they're two very skillful teams, but those skill sets are going to be tested by these conditions. There was a bit of wind beforehand, and now that rain and sleet are starting to come down. So, hopefully that won't affect the contest too much. As I said, they are very skillful players, but they are going to be tested today.
Yeah, your referee today is Andrew Cole. His touch judges are Sam Holt and Johnny Hollywood, with a big part to play today as Gonzaga get this one underway. And you're already seeing how the wind is affecting things from that kick from Colbert. It's put back down towards McNulty. He deals with it well. Little step from him. Runs into his own player. Play on, says the referee. And Michael's defence comes across to do its job. It's out now from O'Callaghan, but that big hit coming in from the captain, Will Hickey, driving the Gonzaga players back. On they go again through Arthur Henry, the vice captain for Gonzaga. It's out now to Colbert, trying to mix it up a little bit here. There's numbers on the left. They go down that blind side. Colbert, lovely step from him, and a great offload back inside to Hugo Fitzgerald. On they go again through Arthur Henry. Callahan waits now, again using the forwards. St Michael's working hard. Jack Keenan just trying to hold things up there. Out it goes again. Callahan puts it out towards Colbert. They tried to switch play, change the direction, bringing Jack Brown into the line. But that blue defence stands firm. Seamus O'Carroll now with the headgear. Looks to take it forward. O'Callaghan, the dummy comes from Colbert. The defence was up very quickly. Decided not to risk the intercept. It's a little bit static now from Gonzaga. They're being driven backwards by St Michael's with their good defence. Eivard O'Callaghan puts it on the outside towards Tom Cullen. He's met by both Hickey and Woods to drive him back. Little kick in over the top. The chase is on. Big hit coming in from Simon Wilson. But they're going to check this one to see, was it legal? Lots of calls of shoulder being called from the crowd. What did you make of that one, Bernard?
Oh, listen, I don't think he wrapped, to be honest. It was great intensity, great aggression. He just failed to wrap his shoulders right in front, arms around, right in front of the touch. We have another look at it here.
Little kick over the top coming in from Colbert. Just sits up. Just watch here as he comes in, Wilson. I don't think he managed to get his arm up. It doesn't look good on the replay.
No arms tackle. Penalty here.
No arms tackle. Penalty is the call. Probably lucky to avoid a little 7-minute trip to the bin.
Yeah, I think he's a credible player. He had a brilliant game in round two, but obviously he was a little bit over-anxious there, and his technique let him down.
But thankfully, we're still at 15 against 15. That one Goes off the outside of the boot, not much ground gain, but it's the first opportunity we've had to see St. Michael's attack. Lee Barron will throw this one, goes towards the back. It's a good throw, but it's crooked. Stephen Woods took it at the back, but just at the end of the throw, the wind getting a hold of it.
Yeah,
and it drifts away.
That's a feature of Michael's. They love to play off ball off the back to get their back line into it, but with the conditions, it is going to be difficult. I saw the warm up really accurate, but just that one unfortunately drifted down their inside hands.
First scrum of the day now. Plenty of Ireland and Leinster representative in that Michael's front row. Jack Boyce and Lee Barron, both Leinster 18 and Ireland 18 players. Scrum is Gonzaga's though. The drive comes on. They hold out. David O'Callaghan gets it out towards Colbert. Nice pass from Jack Brown out to his centre partner Barron. Around the corner comes Hugo Fitzgerald, but into that blue wall again. Little dink over the top comes from Aybert. Sits up. But we'll go back for the penalty. Number 12. Hugo McWade from St. Michael's, judged to have drifted offside on that one.
Number 12 never retreated offside.
So a chance now for Gonzaga, and even from last year, you can really see a lot of the players back for Gonzaga that were here last year, the athleticism and how much they've developed and grown in that short period of time.
Yeah, absolutely. And even though Michael's got probably the win in terms of the last defensive set, Gonzaga are taking the ball to the line, they're strong in contact and able to keep the ball and recycle at will. So that's a really impressive start. Gonzaga are feeling their way into the game. Their coach before the game, Ken Murray, said he wanted to play a little bit more early in the game, and they're definitely doing that.
And they're doing that into the wind as well, which is a good sign. Throw comes in. Finds Cullen. Good throw there from Kenny, the hooker.
That's one side.
Trying to get this drive moving forward. St. Michael's ushering them towards that touchline. It's available now for O'Callaghan. He uses Colbert, goes outside, little flick, slipped the ball. Looks like a knock on there. And just trying to do that little slip back inside ball. But I think O'Kelly just took his eye off it for a moment and it slipped out of his hands. We'll see it here again.
Yeah, Michael's defended them all pretty well, so Gonzaga have to play off. And he's just trying to find his winger on the outside shoulder, but unfortunately, just due to slipping conditions, he wasn't able to execute the pass properly.
Let's go.
Michael's now with a chance to relieve a bit of pressure. As I said, huge wind in their back as the rain teams down. Imagine we'll see Niall Carroll try and put some distance on this one. Good scrum. Ball is there. It's moved. Carroll now. He does go for that long kick. It's down towards that bottom left corner, and it's a magnificent kick coming in from Carroll. Wind assisted. Pins Gonzaga back down inside their own 22, and it was a signature of the game yesterday. That corner, that bottom left-hand corner, with the wind swirling the way it does, it seems to drill the ball down there and take it. So huge kick from Carroll there to put the pressure right back on Gonzaga.
Yeah, that's a phenomenal exit to be able to go 60 metres. And now they're going to have a chance to put pressure on the Gonzaga set piece. But it just shows you the strength of that wind and how hard it is for Gonzaga, or will be for Gonzaga, to work up the field again.
George Kenny now. The target man is Seamus Carroll. Taken well. Good line-out execution and a great drive coming through. Hugo Fitzgerald, former hooker last year, moves his way to number 8. A good game in that first opening match against Blackrock 2. Up goes the box kick. It'll hold in that wind from O'Callaghan. The chase is on. It's taken well though by Henry McElron.
Stay there.
Passed out. The drive from Will Hickey. Taken on by Dylan Ryan. Huge tackle coming in on him though from Barron. Leave it is the call from the referee. Michael's trying to create some space around that. On goes James Power, the tight head, to gain another metre. Clinton Gunn now using his forwards, trying to suck in that Gonzaga defence. A step from Carroll. He runs back into his own man though. Got a little bit lost. Found himself running back into the pack. And into his own man. So it'll be a Gonzaga ball.
Yeah, that was a good defensive set from Gonzaga. They got up quickly on the outside and forced Carl back to duck back underneath. And unfortunately for Carl, some Michael's forwards were on a support line and there's a bit of a collision. Stop the tackle and obviously restarts with a scrum.
I think of both sides of Gonzaga into that win, they'll probably be quite happy with the way things have started.
Oh, they're definitely more comfortable keeping possession and you know, they definitely feel that they've eased their way into the game and everyone's getting a second touch on the ball and a first contact.
Free kick, pushing before the ball comes in. Good call there from referee Andrew Cole, right on the spot.
Just a free kick now, okay?
And again, that's a let off for Gonzaga. Gives them a free
What do you want to do, lads?
chance.
Free kick.
They'll probably go for the scrum again.
Scrum call.
Indeed they have. Free kick, not much advantage into that win. Tries to kick and hand the possession back.
Exactly, we saw how the box kick from the line. O'Callaghan held up in the wind and they put up a Gary Owen there. They could easily blow back on top of you. So scrum looks a good option, a chance to launch their backline attack, which you know is a real strength for Gonzaga.
Crunch.
We approach the first 10 minutes gone in this game. Both teams just testing each other out, but at the moment Gonzaga having the lion's share of the possession. Big scrum comes in though from Michaels. That is an area that they seem to have strength in. Hugo Fitzgerald takes that one and he's tackled back well. It's driven forward now by Jordan Kenny.
Release blue.
Callahan now uses his 10, brings in the second row, Spencer O'Connell.
Roll 5.
Callahan to the other second row, Seamus Carroll. The man with the headgear, Colbert. Oh, it's a good ball. Great strength from the hooker Kenny to stay on his feet and keep that ball alive. Colbert now tries to find some space. It's closed down quickly and it's been turned over. Little chip in behind from Jack Boyce. Good skills from the loose head. Moved out wide quickly now. Carroll trying to straighten it up, looking for support. Good clear out by St. Michael's. Gonzaga are organised now though. Comes out along to Geenan. Here comes the captain, Bill Hickey with a big drive. It's tackled well. Around they come again. A little bit isolated. Stephen Woods there. But the support comes.
Kind advantage.
Gunn now. Testing with those runners coming along.
Advantage blue.
On goes the loose head. Boyce again. Ball is there available. This is looking good from Michaels. Big drive again from Stephen Woods. Playing through the phases, dragging in that defence. Boyce, beautiful offload from the loose head to his fellow prop, James Power. And from that distance, after the deft hands from the loose head, Boyce Power sticks to his name and gets over that line. And scores the first try of this one, Bernard.
Yeah, great try. Once they got a turnover at the ruck, we saw the Michaels Power game, relentless drives. Fintan Gunn, young Fintan Gunn, who played on under JCT last year, picking his forwards off flat on the gain line. The referee had given a penalty advantage for offside, but what a pass from Boyle, Jack Boyle. He was a star of the team last year. I just put his front row colleague Power into space, and so hard to stop from there. But that was relentless from Michaels.
I don't know if it was Boyle or Booth looking on that replay, but it was beautiful hands. I thought initially myself it was Boyle that gave that offload, but the hands right throughout all of the pack. Great skill levels, everyone looking comfortable on the ball, and the whole way through on that build-up, it was forwards that were being used for those carries.
Yeah, and they know that they have to lay down a marker to Gonzaga. You know, big Will Hickey, very powerful. The whole Michaels Packer good ball carriers, and we saw a really good example of that there.
Kick off from Colbert was towards Wilson, and he chased it, but he just knocked it on as he was trying to get in there and get some possession on it.
Yeah, that was really unlucky. It was a really good kick-off from Gonzaga, and we saw Simon Wilson against Blackrock. He's so good in the air. He's trying to get on the edge of that kick-off, and if he had held that, he could have been in under the post. He's a really elusive runner, so unlucky for Gonzaga there. We see it here. He comes in, attacks the forward pod, just gets in front of Gannan, and yeah, he'd be disappointed with that. He caught some super balls, high balls against Blackrock.
Yeah, the conditions are bad out there, and it's cold, and you're standing out that wing. Could well have been a factor. Cold hands. The scrum is on. It's Michael's ball. Gunn now puts it out down that right track. It's a lovely little chip over the top. Where's this one going? It was chased all the way by Eddie Kelly, but tidied up well.
No, leave it there, Blue! Leave
By
it!
Gonzaga, and it's there available for them now. Ryan steps into that scrum half position. Henry, in fact, it was. Now there's a chance for O'Callaghan as he tries to pull up that box kick, puts a bit more distance on that, knowing the wind is going to hold it. Taken well now by Chris Cosgrave. Goes into that first tackle, makes the ball available for Gunn, who uses the forwards on the outside again. Use that tactic well, St. Michael's. Here's the try scorer, James Power, looking for more action and winning a penalty.
You okay? You okay? Sure?
Lovely. Yeah, this is great coverage here from the Gonzaga 9. See the way he just used his left foot to shepherd the ball away. He knew he couldn't go down on it. He was under too much pressure. And then he gets back and Gonzaga keep the ball. Brilliant play from O'Callaghan as Gonzaga 9.
Yeah, Eibert O'Callaghan, of course, he's an underage player for Shamrock Rovers, so footballing skills not too difficult for him.
No, you can see it there. His box kicking has been excellent so far, but that little piece of skill, I mean, an international will be proud of that.
Clear in the mouth, so it's okay. As long as they're okay in that first compete. Yeah.
It's a little bit of
Okay.
knock there, so
Yeah, no worries.
tidying up that blood, making sure there's no issues.
Yeah, scrum. Blue ball.
It will be. I thought it was a penalty initially, but it was in fact that they were holding it up. The referee was worried about that injury and stopped play straight away.
Yeah, really good refereeing there. If he's any doubt there's a head injury, I think best thing to do is stop the play and make sure the medics are happy that the player can continue.
Yeah, Henry McQuaid, the player. So it will be a Michael's scrum based on that.
Hold the push, lads. Stay back, please.
There, Will Hickey's feet has gone. Moves that one outside. Good step coming in from Simon O'Kelly, keeping that movement going forward. Gunn puts it out towards the captain, Will Hickey again. He makes another metre or two. Some great handling skills coming in from the forwards, just linking with their runners either side of them. Carroll bringing in Connor Booth. Little snipe around the corner there from Fintan Gunn. Saw that half gap for a moment, but it closed quickly. Carroll now getting some width on it. Cosgrave, good feed from him, keeps the ball alive.
Back foot, lads, back foot.
Good clear out from the backs. Now we'll bring in the big forwards again. Hickey going forward, tackled by Roland Shaw. Out it goes from Gunn to Carroll. Great footwork again from Connor Booth. Tough man to take down. Gunn gets it out to Carroll. They're trying to get that width. Look at the power coming through from Booth again.
Back.
This time it's the loose head, Jack Boyle. Carroll to Hickey. Big drop of the shoulder. Runs over the top of the Gonzaga hooker, Kenny. That's juggled a bit though from Cosgrave, and it went forward back into the hands of Carroll, so it'll be a Gonzaga ball. Good passage of play from Michaels though.
Yeah, their shape looks really nice. They've got a flat line off 9, usually in a pot of 3, and then they go off 10. We see here Jack Boyle, he's an outstanding ball carrier. You know, Gonzaga do well to hold, looking and working on the ground, ball in the plate for Gunn, and then they have 2 more forwards. Use Hickey this time, he gets over the gain line, wins the collision. Clean out is good, and they're just shifting the point of contact, and unlucky here. Unfortunately, Ryan just overruns it slightly, and that causes a little bit of confusion. But that phase of play, you know, makes you worried for Gonzaga. Can they hold out? Can they hold out and keep the score, I suppose, down and low enough at half time that they can be able to win in the second half?
Yeah, the Gonzaga mood seems to have dropped quite a bit. They started off very well for the first 10 minutes of this game, but since they conceded the try, their body language seems to have dropped off a bit.
Yeah, they do, but they had a little dip against Blackrock as well, where we thought they were dead and buried. So hopefully they can just keep calm, keep the defensive line intact, and I suppose limit the score, because it's going to be so hard to get down the other end of the field with a strong wind against them.
That was the other thing we did notice, Bernard, in the last game, and indeed in last year, all through the season, was the fitness levels of the Gonzaga players. They tended to ride out these storms, as it were, and wait for the bigger opposition players to tire, and then they'd come into their own.
Yeah, they're incredibly fit aerobically. It's just probably matching that power and the anaerobic fitness, but definitely as the game goes on, they have tended to finish very strong.
Disappointing there to see Jack Brown going off. Didn't really recover from that bang to the head.
Crunch.
So Davy Colbert will come on to replace him. Gonzaga now with the put in through O'Callaghan. Strong pressure comes on again from Michaels. Can't drive it any further than that, but it's pretty tiring for them. Colbert now puts his left boot to that one, gets a decent clearance into the wind. The rain has abided for the moment, and it'll be a St. Michael's line out.
Lads, take a step.
Lee Barron with the throw on this one, as Michaels shortened it down to a 5-man. Go towards the front. Nice steady option to Dylan Ryan. Oh, great ball back inside. Eddie Kelly now looks to get that offload.
Then advantage
to Simon O'Kelly, but it just doesn't go to hand. It's knocked on. Gonzaga now with a chance to turn it around. Colbert puts the boot on it. Where will this one go? It does find touch. But a fantastic break there, Bernard, from Kelly, and just the last pass letting them down.
Yeah, that's a lovely set-piece move. 5-man line off the top. They have a forward coming here on a decoy line. I think it's Hickey, and then an inside pass to Eddie Kelly, and he does great. He gets to the outside and just probably passed slightly behind Simon O'Kelly there, and he put him under the post.
Comes off the top now from Dylan Ryan. Back down. There's O'Kelly again, back involved. Big, tall centre. Good ball back inside. Here goes Boyle again. Good run from the loose head. He's back on his feet. He wasn't held. Presents the ball brilliantly. It goes out quickly on the outside. Dylan Ryan. They're just 5 meters from the line now.
that advantage.
Boyle gets it again. He steps the first tackle. Is he over? Just short, but the ball's available. Little Hickey shouting to get in there. The ref is right there. The try's been awarded. We'll see who comes up from that massive bodies with the ball. It looks like Boyle might have gotten there.
Yeah, that's a brilliant power play. The previous line had showed the reception with a little inside ball. That time they carried straight into midfield and went back on the blind side, using Boyle off 9. We'll have a look here, see, he goes back on another unders line, and he seems to break the first tackle every time. He continues, doesn't lose his feet, gets back up again, a quick ball, and then we see Dylan Ryan coming onto that power, and they're just getting over the gain on every time, and Boyle is back up again for another goal. He's our primary ball carrier. That's brilliant strength. He just swats away the tackler. Didn't seem like he got down there in the first look, but referee gave it.
It's an interesting one, all right. Certainly looked like it had been held up short. Kick comes from Chris Cosgrave to add the 2 points. Yeah, certainly on the replay it looked like they'd been held up short on that ball. It's we'll see it here again, just as the ball is presented. There it is on the ground. So it's a pick and drive.
Movement, yeah. Second movement got over.
So there's another pick and drive that comes. So it may in fact have been the captain, Will Hickey, who picked and drive to get the score in the end after that great drive from Boyle. Go long this time. The wind is not as strong. Hickey takes that one comfortably with nobody around him. So it's there now. Jack Boyle getting himself very involved in this game. Enjoying himself today. Vincent Gunn looks to line up that box kick. Goes lower with it. It's picked up by Wilson. Goes backwards. No problem, says the referee. Clear out is on. Ball is available. O'Callaghan now gets it back outside. Was there obstruction there? No, says the referee. O'Callaghan again looking for Colbert. Little dink over the top from him, but it goes astray. Straight into the hands of Lee Barron. And that one slices off the outside of the boot, but it doesn't matter. There's an offside call anyway against Gonzaga. And it's starting to unfold a little bit for Gonzaga.
That's a challenge for Harry Colbert. He's getting hit back behind the game, and his forward carriers are getting smashed back, and he probably feels a little bit squeezed and suffocated there. So he tried a little chip over the top, and unfortunately didn't go far enough. And it's hard to go far enough in the wind. You see it here. Just feels a bit of pressure. Great work to get back by the front line. And from there, unfortunately, they're a little bit in disarray, and they creep offside. But that's a function of the power of Michael's defence and line speed.
We need to be onside, okay?
Yep. You would think, though, that the message should come from the sideline that they need to keep their composure. They're a little bit panicky, trying things like that at this stage of the game. Still a lot of time left.
Yeah,
no need to rush.
Absolutely, Reggie. I think they'll be well served by probing the blind side a little bit. Michaels are very fast to get around a corner, have a lot on the same way defence, and maybe just a little bit of a zigzag pattern, and maybe probe down the blind side might take a little bit of line speed away from the Michaels defence, which has been really fast.
And I suppose the key there, as McMahon, the Michaels head coach, looks on, he'll be happy with the way things have gone so far in this game. But I suppose for Gonzaga, the key is that they don't panic. Now, I was watching these kicks earlier. Cosgrave was slotting them over from the halfway line in the warm-up because the wind was behind them. That wind is still there. So certainly fancies chances of taking this one. And it's a real warning if he does manage to get it to Gonzaga that they can't afford to give penalties away anywhere close at all. Of course, Leinster under 18s and 19s and Ireland under 18s player as well, Chris Cosgrave. As he lines this one up. Has to account for the breeze. But it's in his back. Strikes it well, certainly has the distance. Has he got the direction? Just pushes that one to the right. But it's a real warning sign for Gonzaga. The distance wasn't a problem for him. And as I said, in the warm-up, he was slotting those from anywhere around that halfway line. So Gonzaga will certainly need to be careful in the rest of this first half, not to give away penalties. Harry Colbert now goes longer. Decent chase coming up. There's Wilson again. Can he get near it? Right footwork there from Fintan Gunn. Changing direction entirely. Getting away from all of those defenders. Cosgrave now steps into that 9 slot, moves outside from Carroll to McQuaid. Great hands, McQuaid. Beautiful ball, pass back on the outside. You need to keep away from that touchline. The ball's thrown back inside to keep it alive. Tidied up now by Stephen Woods. It's available for Gunn. In come the forwards again. That's the way Michaels have done it. Oh, did that one go forward? It looked like it did. I think the referee missed that one. Gonzaga now in with their defence again. That's been called by the touch judge.
Yeah, great work by the refereeing team there. Unfortunately, the referee initially got it wrong, but his assistant touch judge let him know there wasn't a knock on, and Gonzaga are hanging on by the skin of their teeth. Some great scramble D here. Brilliant work by Gunn. He's only 16, he's TY. Look at him fighting in contact, really dynamic, getting up again, good clean out. And then when they play the space like this, they always seem to have options either side of the ball. Great forward line there by the hooker. Decoy line by Barron, and that opens up the space. But good scramble by Gonzaga. In fairness, they're hanging in, they're really showing resilience.
Dylan Ryan it was who was on the outside of that, had the sense not to get bundled into touch, flick the ball back inside and try and keep it alive. But one big aspect, Bernard, is the fact that the forwards are going, or the backs are happy to go in and clear out at ruck time, and the forwards are going out into that back line and handling with great ability.
Absolutely, they're really talented forward pack who aren't just powerful but very highly skilled as well.
Gonzaga under pressure again at this scrum time. Callahan now gets it out to the full back, Jamie McNulty, to try and find some space. Available again. Oh, try and change the direction. Forwards now looking to make a metre or two into this wind. Every bit of ground is precious, and they're being driven backwards, but backwards they're going. And this time Ronan Shaw just caught a little bit high. Callahan now looking to line up a box kick. As he got the chasers there, he's gone slightly lower with the kick, worried about that wind, and that one has found touch. It's a good clearance.
Yeah, I think that's really important that when they are in a trying to and decide they're going to kick, that they get it off the field. You don't want Michaels coming back at you and having to do double defensive sets. So defend off a set piece, get that part of it right, and get some stability.
Well, I suppose if they can weather the next 10 minutes and go in the 14 points down, they'll feel that there's still a chance, but certainly they won't want to concede anymore now. As Michaels come off the top, moving it out along that back line. Carroll gets it out to McWade. Little dinky kick comes in, but it's tidied up well by Davy Colbert. Out we come now. Drop off the shoulder from George Kenny to try and take it forward. Callahan lines up the box. Was that touched? I'm not sure. Wilson is chasing though, but it's taken well by Cosgrave. No mistakes from the Michaels fullback.
Back foot, lads, back foot.
Gathers well and goes to ground. Good hands again coming from Boyle. Passes it outside to his hooker Barron, but the tackle is good. And they're driven backwards.
Hold him in, Blue. No.
There's numbers on this right-hand side. Off goes Booth again. Had a big game so far. Forwards again. Boyle, look at that from the loose head prop. Makes 5-6 meters every time he gets his hands on it. They're lining it up again.
Use it.
To dink it in over the top. Test Wilson as he comes forward, jumps early. Great take from the young winger. Never took his eyes off the ball. Still going forward, trying to gain that extra bit of yardage. O'Callaghan puts it outside to Arthur Henry. They'll come back down this blind side, keeping it tight now, Gonzaga. Good power there coming through from Tom Cullen, the captain. Look to come in the side a little bit there. Kenny now, still not held. Great run here from the hooker. Ball's available off the feet is the call from the referee. O'Callaghan now puts it up towards Colbert. Great line coming through from Spencer O'Connell. Just scragged in the tackle. Colbert now, this is better from Gonzaga. A little bit more confidence. The tackle looked high on McNulty, but they'll play on. Callahan dropped that one. And that's unfortunate for Gonzaga. Good passage of play coming in. Great hands across the board. It looked like a high tackle. The flag is out from the far touch judge. Maybe he's managed to pick it up. Great line coming in there from Spencer O'Connell. We just see here as McNulty goes forward. It was that tackle high.
High tackle. Yeah. Just this one here, was it? Yeah. Just slid up. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Great.
And again, the officials working very well together today. Call coming in.
Number one.
To Andrew Cole from his touch judge.
Just watch the high tackles. It's a penalty against here, okay? Yeah.
Just warning.
It's a penalty for yourself for a high
Jack
tackle.
Boyle.
Okay?
It's always difficult when one of the bigger forwards is trying to reach for a smaller back.
Number one, high tackle.
But that's the brightest attacking phase we've had from Gonzaga, and it started with an unbelievable carry from George Kenny down this stand side, and from there they got a little bit of momentum, started to find some soft shoulders and looked really dangerous. But this is the first chance they've had to build some real territory in this whole second half, because Michaels have really dominated.
Yeah, it might be a different player, yeah.
Crucial now that Gonzaga get this line out right. George Kenny, the hooker. He'll have targets of Carroll, O'Connell. Tom Cullen, the captain, is at the front as well. Plenty of movement. This time it's thrown over the top though. Mistake is made and tidied up well by James Power, the tight head. He trundles downfield. And Michaels again with a chance to relieve pressure. Goes back towards Wilson, but it's been taken by McNulty. No, it was in fact maybe Colbert who claimed that one. Took it well, made ground, didn't panic. George Morris now.
Hold on.
Colbert puts it outside to Kenny again. He'll look to find a way through. Fence scrags him. O'Callaghan. Colbert, little flick back inside towards Cullen.
No, didn't survive. Clear
Lots of hard work. Great break up the middle from Fitzgerald. Just no one on his shoulder. And the clear out from Kenny this time.
Straight off his feet.
Straight off his feet was the call from the referee. Past the ball and sealing off. But much better there from Gonzaga.
Yeah, much better from Gonzaga. And in fairness, because Michaels have so many on their feet, and because their front line is so well defended, I think there is space up the middle there, and really well spotted by Fitzgerald, who put in a huge hit a couple of minutes ago, which I think has lifted Gonzaga, and there's more energy about him at the moment. It's really important they can hold out this first half and keep the score at 14-0, I think. And it's unlikely they're going to score themselves, but 14-0 wouldn't be too bad given the strength of the wind.
The wind now just holding that one. Has it made it? It's been kept in. It's a risky one though, as Hugh Lynn is isolated down in that bottom corner.
Stay there, lads, stay there.
Callahan now is trying to get his hands on it, moves it back outside. Taken well, Arthur Henry walks into a blue wall again. Defence has been very well organised from St. Michael's. Up we go again. That one has been touched, so it's free for everybody. It's been knocked on. Cosgrave just coming in. Seemed. Looked like, yeah, it was Cosgrave just trying to come in, and the ball landed awkward because of that hand interfering with the flight. And as he went down, just spilling the ball forward.
Up we come, Blue.
Let's go. Yeah, this is great work here.
Up we come, let's go.
And that would have been a huge line of opportunity for Michael. So Gonzaga is brilliant to keep that out.
And we've seen this in so many of the games with Gonzaga, both this year and last year. Their refusal to lie down and give up. You can see they're starting to get a little bit of lift and energy about themselves again. And as you said, if they can get it at half time with just this 2-try difference between the two of them, they'll feel they're still in with a shout here.
Oh, without a doubt. They have the attacking game to ask questions of Michaels. Unfortunately, they're just being pinned back in their own half too much this first 35 minutes.
They move it out along, they bring in Davy Colbert on that switch play. Taken forward now by Arthur Henry. Good drive and clear out again. Callahan goes outside towards Seamus Carroll. Great defence coming in though from Dylan Ryan alongside Niall Carroll. Callahan now, again, we'll probably see this box kick. They seem to be lining up to cover it. Up it goes. Wilson again is up on the chase. Can he get up early? He rises well, but Cosgrave this time comes out on top in that battle. Good counter ruck coming in. Goes out from Gunn towards Will Hickey. He makes ground every time he gets his hands on the ball. Out they go again. Carroll uses the forwards. There we go. Jack Boyle again. Rampaging run from him. Lovely offload from the loose head to Hugo McWade. But Michael's now guilty of going off their feet, but I'm just amazed at the ball handling skills of these forwards, Bernard from St. Michael's in particular, and the front rows, both James Power and Jack Boyle, having an outstanding day today.
Well, Boyle was a number 8, and apparently only for Will Hickey, he's such an outstanding number 8, he could be playing there, but he's been loose head for the last couple of years, and we can see how dynamic he is. I mean, he's made 7 or 8 massive carries. He has the wherewithal to keep the ball alive, and just unfortunately for Michaels, a little bit over exuberant at the ruck.
Missed touch there from Gonzaga. Carroll now with a chance just before half time to try and get another score on the board. That one floated out in front, but it was well taken in the end. Pop up now to Connor Booth. Gunn, options either side. Once again.
Neck roll by this player, number 12.
Neck roll is the call coming in.
Nice, boy, 3, Jordan. Number 12.
We'll see it again here in the video. Hugo McWade was the player. Yeah, you can see there, gets his hands up around the neck of Arthur Henry and rolls him out. And as that wind picks up again, and we can see more rain coming from the left-hand side. The conditions certainly not changing. Strong wind now in Michael's favour.
5.
As we approach the last 2 minutes of this first half. Gonzaga ball. Kenny with the throw. They go for a little short one. Down that touchline they go. Kenny has power and pace. He's stopped well by Henry McErlane. But still they go. Hugo Fitzgerald now looking to get width, and a Colbert puts a little kick over the top. Wilson is chased by Davy Colbert. It's gone to Wilson. Oh, and he's knocked that one forward. Just as the ball seemed to pop up into the breadbasket for Wilson.
Oh, backline offside.
It spilled from his hands and he couldn't finish it.
Oh, that could be a huge moment. In fairness, Colbert, he heard the referee say penalty advantage, and he went straight to the air across to Wilson, who's been so dynamic in this cup campaign so far. And unfortunately, there was a great contest in the air. We see it here. Great high kick, putting Michael's back three under pressure. Great contest that could have stayed in his hand. He had a one-on-one maybe in the corner, which would have been a key time to score.
Yeah, Davy Colbert was the man chasing up, putting pressure on Eddie Kelly from St. Michael's as that high ball came in from Harry Colbert.
Yes.
Beautifully judged kick from him.
Please, Captain.
Good competition in the air for it. And it could have just easily bounced into Wilson's hands, but on this occasion it wasn't to be. Now, it's an interesting one. Yesterday they weren't able to kick from anywhere into this wind, but Harry Colbert into the sleet and the rain and the wind is electing to have a go at this one. And if he could get 3 points on the board just before half-time, it would certainly give his team a huge boost. He steps back, keeps it low into the wind. Beautifully designed kick. Knew that if he went high he wouldn't be able to score it, so he kept it low. And that brings to the end of that first half after tries from James Power and Will Hickey gave St. Michael's the lead at 14 points to 0. It's Harry Colbert who gets the penalty, and at half-time it's St. Michael's 14, Gonzaga 3. Ready to go, just waiting on Gonzaga to come back out as the lights come on here. It has gotten pretty dark in Energia Park as the wintry conditions settle into this game. Referee Andrew Cole is out. To my left I can see the Gonzaga players being led out onto the pitch by Captain Tom Cullen, and they'll have had a good pep talk at half-time. Coaches will be in their ear telling them still a long way to go in this game. They've eased their way back into it somewhat, but they must maintain possession to have any chance.
Yeah, they must, and I mean, I think it will give them confidence to the penalty just before half-time, getting the score on the board, it'll settle them down, and now they look to use the conditions to try and play a little bit more territory.
Well, they've got a chance as Niall Carroll will be restarting back into them, so important that they get this restart right. You see Cullen lined up on the left, it's gone long, back towards Fitzgerald, he takes that well, drops the shoulder, a former hooker as I said, plenty of power there from the number 8. O'Callaghan tries a little dink over the top. Where will this one bounce on this 3G surface? Picked up well by Cosgrave. He eludes the first tackle of Hugh Lynn, and it's there now for Gunn. Gets it on the outside towards Jack Keenan. Stephen Woods takes it on further. Out they move with Carroll looking to try and find holes through that defence. It's good work by Simon O'Kelly of St. Michael's. It's there again for Gunn, using the big forward runners again. Both props involved in this one. Power drives this one in, presents it now for Gunn. They come down this left-hand side. Carroll puts it down towards Conor Booth. He's had a lively game as well. Change of direction now from the scrum half. Brings in the captain, Will Hickey, to try and make some ground. Defence stands firmed up. Carroll again. These wet, horrible conditions. Hard to describe just how bad it is out there at the moment. You can't see it in the pictures. That's great from Michaels on the outside. Bringing in Eddie Kelly, finding some space. And this is relentless stuff now coming from Michaels. Forwards interplaying with backs. Hickey again. Goes to ground. Presents it well. It's moved outside towards Booth. But is that crossing? He ran into his own player, I think. But good passage of play from Michaels. Good build-up.
Really good passage of play. I think Gonzaga will regret going short on a little little box kick. I think the best thing to do is try and turn Michaels, not have him coming onto the ball, because Cosgrave has come in the backfield really well. Kelly's looked really sharp, but that's a great bit of relief for Gonzaga, because Michaels looked to be really churning up the pressure there.
You mentioned the fact that Jack Boyle is a former number 8. It seems to be a characteristic in schools rugby. We're seeing a lot of back rows converting to front rows, and it's an amazing thing to have, because you've pretty much got 5 back rows on the pitch.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the scrum rules, you can only push a certain amount, so once you master the basics of that, you should be able to convert pretty easily.
Great kick there, putting pressure back on Cosgrove. Brilliant step from the full-back. Look at him, he's away. Look out the pass. Flicks it out the back. That one looked high. I think he was away. If he wasn't, Gunn down that far side. Beautiful skills from the fullback, Chris Cosgrave. Hands again, pass back outside to McWade. Still they go forward. St. Michael's on the ball now is Gunn. He moves it outside towards Carroll, back inside to the forwards. Jack Keenan going forward. Gunn brings it back in to the forwards. James Power puts it to the ground as the weather worsens up even more. That one's gone loose. But we're going to go back for that penalty. The high tackle, it looked like the touch judge is in. Will we get something further from this?
3 green. 3 green, high tackle. Yep.
Yeah, I'd love another look at this. I think Fintan Gunn could have been in only for the high tackle. We see it here, brilliant play from Cosgrave. He steps, he's so quick, a little all at the back, one-handed pass here to Gunn. Yeah, he's one of, well, maybe 6. The Gonzaga 6, Henry might have got there, but that was a key cover, and probably happy to give away the penalty.
I think that definitely would have been a try had it not been stopped illegally as the sleet turns to snow and drills out across the pitch. We have a line out in that corner, throw from Lee Barron to come, finds Jack Keenan, well, set up the drive. Gonzaga tried to drive back against it, but it's well formed from St. Michael's. That ball is safe and at the back. They have it, they still go forward through the middle, but I think it was breakaway first.
Collapsing them all.
We're not going to give that. It was already collapsing them all. Penalty to come for that. But the breakaway wasn't allowed, so they'll get another opportunity here for St. Michael's.
Yeah, the Michael's pack are shown that as a unit in terms of set piece, they're equally as good as they are around the field in terms of their ball carrying, ball playing ability. That was a very good drive, and Gonzaga are under serious pressure here. If Michael's were to score this early in the second half, but against these conditions, you know, it'll be a long way back for Gonzaga.
The plus side for them, if they can manage to turn it out, they can use that win to clear their lines. A good throw though. Keenan again is the target. The ball's there, available. The drive is on. They go towards that line. It's at the back. Lee Barron in control as he reached. It's good. The try's been scored. And this time, Lee Barron is the man. The hooker comes forward. And he gets try number 3.
Yeah, again, you know, really well built maul, got it in nice and quickly. Barron threw very well, and once they had it built and he had the ball drifted to the back here, we see Gonzaga do everything in their power to try and spin him in field, but Michaels don't panic. They get straight it back up again, and Barron knows exactly where the goal line is, and he actually dives in front of them all and puts it down to make sure.
Great build up there from St. Michael's, and just the start they would have wanted at the beginning of this second half. Conditions really have changed for the worse. So difficult for the players to keep warm in these conditions, especially on the wings.
And to be honest, Reggie, that plays into Michael's hands, because Gonzaga have to play with abandon now, have to chase the game. It's going to be so hard to execute that wide game that they love.
Chris Cosgrave drills it low. What a brilliant kick that is from the fullback, knowing he can't put height on it because of the wind against him. Drills it low and hard and direct through the posts. Fantastic kick from the young fullback, and that puts St. Michael's at 21 points to 3. Barry Colbert goes long into that corner. It's difficult to get out of that bottom corner. Michael's dealing with it well though. Now, what can Gonzaga do to respond to this Michael's onslaught? Big high kick goes up. It's not dealt with by Gonzaga. Knocked on by Gonzaga, in fact, so Michael's will have the advantage here.
Advantage over.
Brings in Hickey. Step from the big man.
Stay there. Use it.
Gunn tests one in over the top. Wilson's there. He'll try to take them on. Looks to find some space.
Stay there, lads.
But he's closed down quickly. Michael's aware of the threat that he can bring. Taken forward now by George Kenny. Colbert trying to get something going. Roland Shaw, the tight head. Hands are good. That one looks slightly high. Play on, says the referee. Brian Barron sets it up. And they try and go over the top with Avard O'Callaghan. They do put up a high one. The chase is on. Coming in well from Lynn. Oh, great hit comes in on Cosgrave from Kenny, but Cosgrave never took his eye off it. Brilliant take from the fullback. He's had a strong game today. Gone, a little pop. Just finding the runner in close. And again, eating into those yards. Connor Booth keeps things going.
Hold, Warrior!
Hugo Fitzgerald for Gonzaga seems to be down with a bit of a knock.
Out in the full.
Slow to get up.
Yeah. Hold it, lads.
Yeah, Fitzgerald seemed to get a knock in terms of during the clean out there. He was in jackling over the ball. He's trying to get some big moments for his team. He's an inspirational player for Gonzaga, but just the quality of the clean out is, shifting him out every see. Good carry from Michaels, playing off 9. There he's on the ball and just seems to get twisted, maybe his groin, as he's been cleaned back over the ball.
Yeah, some changes coming in now for Gonzaga as they try to lift the tempo of this game. Max Colgan coming in for Eivor O'Callaghan. George Morris also making way. Some running repairs going to the Michaels players as well. Fitzgerald gets back to his feet. Appears to be okay. And you'd have to say, Bernard, if anything's going to happen, it's got to happen quick for Gonzaga.
Absolutely. You saw Colbert there trying to get the width on the ball, trying to get the ball to the wings. Was a great defence from the Michaels left winger, Henry McLernan. Stop that.
Yeah, I'll give you time to adjust, okay? Hold it, lads.
Well, thankfully, the snow and sleet and wind have died down for the moment, as we see.
In.
Being made there as Henry McErlean goes off for Michaels. James Nicholson coming on for him. Ball's available now. Gonzaga in the sunshine.
There it is, blue!
How quickly it changes here in Donnybrook. On goes Fitzgerald.
No hands, blue, leave it!
It's there, picked up well by Colbert. But the Michaels defence rock solid. Max Colgan now puts it out to Colbert. Uses Henry on his outside. He's held up well though. Release the call from the referee. Great reactions from the Michaels players, listening to the ref. Hands again. Kenny still going forward, trying to find a way through. But Michaels, ferocious tackling coming in. Hugh Lynn on a little inside pass. Can't find any way through this blue wall.
Okay, now didn't survive to clear it.
Colgan now rooting for that ball. Gets it out to Colbert. Bringing in Kenny again. Good leg drive from the hooker. Held up by Boyle. Out it goes again. Towards the centre. Big hit coming in on Barron. Doesn't seem to be any way through for this Gonzaga attack at the moment. Michael's back 3 sitting deep as well, so the kicking option not great.
Back foot, lads.
On goes Seamus Carroll. He's spilled that one forward. It's Michael's turnover. Kick comes through from Jack Keenan as he tries to put it in behind. Tied up by Wilson. Now, can he find somewhere to go? Puts his boot to the ball. Tries to get in over the top. Well taken though on the right wing, and on goes Cosgrave now. He steps. Wilson brings him to the ground just outside the 10-metre. He scrambles forward. Had he released? The referee says it's okay. Will Hickey makes another metre.
Stay.
Gonzaga not competing at that breakdown now, letting Michaels have it all their own way, which they'll be happy with. Done with a nice little pass.
Use it!
Up she goes. Brilliant chase coming in over there.
Back foot, lads.
St. Michael's again, they go forward. Bringing in Jack Boyle. The front row's involved, but this time they've sealed it off. And it's just relentless from St. Michael's, Bernard, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't matter whether it's on the ground, in the hand or in the air. I mean, that was a brilliant take from Eddie Kelly down the right-hand side, and just that power, a great offload from Will Hickey, a one-handed offload to Boyle again. We see here Eddie Kelly, what a take. Just giving his team momentum, and from there then they're just looking to get the ball into the big ball carriers. That offload to Boyle. Unfortunately for Gonzaga, they get a really good jacket attempt there and force the turnover.
And Gonzaga are holding on to possession well. It's just the wall of blue players in front of them. There doesn't seem to be any way through. No. Maybe they need to start looking at picking, going through the middle.
Yeah, I think so, Reggie. They're so well organised. Their spacing is so good. The only real bit of, I suppose, purchase or advantage they have is when they have gone through the middle. And they probably have to start trying to take more risks into contact, trying to offload, get their hands free. I know it's risky, but realistically at 21-3 down, they need to try and find some way of breaking down this Michael's defence, which has been so impressive.
Certainly has been impressive. Haven't conceded any tries today. And using their forwards to do some serious damage themselves in scoring. 2 tries for the prop James Power and 1 for the hooker Lee Barron.
That's a great kick from Colbert. He hasn't had any front football today, but he's doing everything in his power to nurse his Gonzaga pack into the game, and he's a really quality player.
Numbers, lads. 5.
Don't forget either just how bad the conditions have been for most of the game for these players.
Absolutely. I think the skill set of both teams, Reggie, has been phenomenal.
Kenny now with this line out. Go towards the back. That throws off though, and it goes to the hands of Stephen Woods for St. Michael's.
Use it, 9-9.
Once again, they'll set up this box kick. Gunn puts a good one up. That's a great kick from him. Got Wilson underneath it, but he's met straight away by Eddie Kelly, who drills him back. But didn't release is the call from the referee, and again Gonzaga with a chance to relieve some pressure and maybe pin Michaels back down into that corner.
Yeah, they're having a great battle, Wilson and Kelly, in any high ball. Both of them are chasing with absolute commitment and hitting anything on the ground. Unfortunately there, they just don't release the ball carrier. We see this brilliant from Wilson, uses his knee to protect himself, but what a hit. And unfortunately he rips it on the ground but he's off his feet, so he can't touch the ball.
Couldn't resist it, it was right there. Again we go with the line. Can they get this one right? Target this time is Cullen, a simpler option. Colbert now trying to play players off his shoulder, but again it's spilled forward, and it's a chance for Michaels to try to move it wide quickly. Simon O'Kelly now, good feet from him. Huge balance and running from the big centre. Out they go now, bringing in James Power. He goes to ground. They'll regroup here, St. Michael's. Good hands there. Lee Barron slips it on. Gunn now brings in the backs. Carroll, beautiful line coming in from McWade. Ball available from Gunn. They go to the loose head prop Jack Boyle. He makes a half a metre. Interference on the ground. Gonzaga hand coming in, and there may be a card coming here. Oh, that's a huge blow for Gonzaga. 7 minutes in the bin at a time when they're losing badly. And a bit of a stupid one to give away, Bernard.
Yeah, I can understand his frustration. They're behind on the scoreboard. They want that ball back. They want to get down the other end of the field, but Michaels is so efficient at the breakdown that it's just so hard to get a real live chance of getting it back. And this could be anonymous now. The last 2 mauls were very effective. We just see it here. Chop tackle.
Take a step, lads.
He just has another little grab at it when he's off his feet. It's a ruck. So, really good stop by the referee.
Jack Keenan is the target this time. It's taken well. They set up the drive once more. St. Michael's, the ball is there at the back. Lee Barron has it. He'll be guiding everybody. The penalty could well be coming. Barron still in control of the back. He turns to the right. And over he goes. To add try number 4 for St. Michael's. And put this game well beyond Gonzaga at this stage.
Yeah, it's just that power. I mean, Gonzaga with 1 forward less just couldn't get it stopped. They probably need to take a risk, try and sack it straight away or get somebody in the air. But once Michaels build this, it's nearly impossible to see him not scoring because they're so strong, their body position is so good, the binds are so tight, and they're just marching Gonzaga backwards. And just see here, as Gonzaga try and collapse it, actually, they just break off here from the hooker, and he's on 2 tries, and his tight is on 2 tries. So, and Boyle's been probably the man of the match so far. So, what an impressive afternoon from the front row.
Certainly has been. And you wonder how Gonzaga can find a way back from this. As you said, reduced to 14 men at the moment. Cosgrave now with the kick from the far touchline. Strikes it low again, drills it into the wind. Has he done it again? Yes, he has. Magnificent kick from the fullback. That same low trajectory the whole way through the game, drilling his foot through the ball into that wind, keeping it low.
He's some player. He's some player, ball in hand, and to have the skill set to do that is phenomenal.
Well, he's Leinster under 18s and 19s and Ireland under 18s, and you can see why from that quality. Michaels again, go forward. Gunn, who's had a solid game at 9. Young player.
Use it!
Looks to set through it, and it's just the systems all the time for St. Michael's, setting up that ruck. Good kick up, chases legit from Carroll, tries to get back in over the ball. Gonzaga now throwing everything they have at this. And this is where, when you're taking risks, things can go wrong. Colbert with the crossfield kick, tries to get it back outside to Lynn, who tidies it up well. Now, can he find a way through? That one looked a little bit high. Advantage being played here by the referee. Kenny now, will he go? Little pop from him. Back for the penalty, says the referee.
Yeah, it's probably unlucky. There's the seatbelt tackle, but we can see Colbert has to try and change it up. I mean, there's no way through in terms of keeping the hand, so he goes for the crossfield kick, just trying to change the picture of the defence. But you always feel Michaels have the ability to scramble and get back. You see this, it's a good kick, probably the wind takes it a little bit. One-on-one, good footwork, just as he goes inside. Yeah, just a little seatbelt tackle. It's not dangerous, and it's only a penalty, but it's probably a testament to the Michaels defence that Gonzaga are having to take a lot more risks now to try and find a way to unlock it. But it's been an unbelievably impressive performance by Michaels. They're as good a schools team as I've seen in the last 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, and the changes coming in now. Woods on for Barron on. And Gunn getting a well-earned break too. Great performance from him. And indeed from Dylan Ryan. 2 solid games. As we look at the injury now to Lynn, he seemed to go over on that ankle as he went in with that carry. He's not happy, not really able to put any weight on it at the moment. Being tended to by the medics.
Okay, yeah.
He's going to try and run it off him. You can just see here as he goes in. And that can happen a bit on this 3G service, you know, the boot gets stuck in the ground and it can twist easy.
Yeah, it's great to see him back up, but he's limping pretty badly. You know, if he doesn't run it off, he'll have to make a change.
Okay, stay there for me. Take your lads on you then.
The line-out call. George Kenny with the throw. Go towards the back, plenty of movement. Well contested by Michaels, but taken well by Seamus Carroll. Handling again. Lets Gonzaga down. Lynn now goes in to recycle it. New scrum half, Max Colgan tries to find a way to open up that left-hand channel, but again, the blue defence is superb. Big step coming in from Hugo Fitzgerald. Little dink over the top from Colbert. It's batted back by Maguire. In fact, it was McWade who batted that one back. Pass comes out from Jeffrey Woods now. Michael's back in control.
Use it!
Maguire launches a high one, testing Wilson again. Takes that one well. But again, blue defenders there in numbers to drag him to the ground. Out they go again. Tom Cullen. It's great from Gonzaga, refusing to give up on this. Beautiful pass to fullback McDulty, but the defence was good. It was well read, and that forces the turnover. Superb tackle coming in there on McDulty as he got man and ball.
Yeah, Jeffrey Woods, he just lines him up, he slides through. What a chop tackle. We saw Will Connors become, I suppose, the the guiding light and chop tackles for Leinster at provincial levels, but that's a phenomenal tackle. It makes it so much easier for the second man in to get over the ball, and great impact off the bench from Woods.
Number 4 is taking care of that for me, I don't know.
Chris Cosgrave
Number 4 is taking care of that for me.
has elected to go for the kick at this stage of the game.
Michael's
knowing with 13 and a half minutes left that the game is theirs, and just keeping that scoreboard ticking over. And with the form Cosgrave has been on with the boot today, it's hard to argue.
Okay, I need you to hurry up now. You have 15 seconds, okay? No, stay, 15 seconds.
15 seconds is the call from the referee. This will be an interesting one. Oh, he drills it again. What a kick.
What a cool character. I mean, most goal kickers, if they're interrupted halfway through their routine, it puts them off, but shows you what a good footballer he is. He can just come back 4 or 5 steps, readjust and bang straight to the middle against a big wind.
Creates an argument for maybe reducing the time for these kicks, Brendan, overall.
Absolutely, be no harm, 30 seconds, although as an extra row I enjoyed the minute rest that we used to get.
Now Galbert for Gonzaga restarts things again down into that corner, dealt with well. Jeffrey Woods now with that kick, and Michael's now just managing their way through this game, bringing on the substitutes, going through the phases. We have Arthur Henry back from the sin bin. So Gonzaga back to a full contingent of 15. And can they put some score on the board to take a little bit of the edge off this game today? Scoreboard, a bit unfair, the reflection on them for the effort that they've put in. Out we go again. Henry on his first action since that sin bin, trying to make amends. Out it goes. Great little dummy there. Pass comes from Colgan, finding the gap just around the base of the ruck. But again, the support not there. Too many players standing out in the back line.
Yeah, it's a turnover from Boyle. He's brilliant with the ball in the hand, but there he gets a key defensive moment after a really good line break from Gonzaga, the replacement scrum half Colgan probing around the edge.
Just when it looked like Gonzaga might have found a way through, the door is closed. Watch this again. Brilliant little break from Colgan. Good turn, swivels out the tackle. Beautiful pass outside to Fitzgerald, but straight away in comes Boyle. Comes in from an onside position, gets his hands on that ball immediately and turns it over. Great play from the loose head. On they go, St. Michael's. The blue machine driving forward up the pitch, making ground the whole way through. Kicking it back over the top again. Wilson tested, takes it well, tries to fend, tries to find a way through. Ball's available. It needs to be quicker from Gonzaga. Good little offload there to Kenny. And again, Michael's coming in hard on defence. Outside ball is good. Wilson puts that boot over the top. Where will this one end? Cosgrave comes across. He has time. Picks it up. Good boot from there. Keeps it in play. Hogan now covering back. And there's room in this far corner if they can find the kick. But Cosgrave is there again, covering brilliantly across that back line. And gets a great clearing kick. Brings play right back up to the halfway line. Very, very mature performance from Chris Cosgrave.
Yeah, he's been outstanding. I mean, we've seen all the elements of his play. He's dealt with the high ball well. His coverage in the backfield, Michaels are playing with just 2 in the backfield, and he has to cover all the way across, which he did the previous ruck. Fortunately didn't get touch. Gonzaga went to the other side, and there he was to clean it up. He's been absolutely exceptional. His goal kicking has been outstanding as well.
Now the players just getting a little bit of a breather. Few players struggling with cramp. It's been a tough day for Gonzaga today. They would have come here full of expectation, having taken care of Blackrock in a fantastic first round performance. But they've come up against the Michaels pack today, who are on form and dictating the run of play and making it pretty easy for their backline in behind them.
Yeah, by all accounts, there was only 3 points between these two teams in a friendly a couple of weeks before the Cup, which hasn't played out today. I think Michaels have really shown massive respect for Gonzaga and have brought their A game, and Gonzaga just have had a few moments that have gone against them, and with their very good side.
Kenny now with the throw, looks to go towards the back. Oh, the throw doesn't go straight. It's robbed this time by Jack Keenan. On goes Lee Barron, he's looking for that hat-trick. Stephen Woods goes forward.
Playing advantage.
Good hands. Simon O'Kelly.
Have advantage, Blue.
The big centre straightens things up a bit, brings it forward. Out we go again to Gannon.
Still have advantage, Blue 9.
Jeffrey Woods now. Good hands again. Here comes Power. Out we go towards Carl Cosgrave now, trying to find some space. He's closed down quickly. Woods having to root a little bit for that one. Goes outside to the double try scorer, Jack Boyle. He ships it on. Out it goes now towards Carl.
Okay, release screen. Okay, advantage over.
Relentless stuff from St. Michael's. Looking for more. Hickey now. Loses that one, but it's picked up well. And again, it's the front row involved. Jack Boyle playing like a centre. Hickey now. Big charge from the number 8 and captain. Making another 5 metres after the hit. Good ball comes. Out to Keenan. Move it wide, Carroll. Flicks it in behind. It's a little bit loose, but they're offside.
10 offside.
Harry Colbert, the one. You'd imagine, Bernard, they'll go to the corner off this one.
Yeah, although maybe
number 10.
They
offside.
might just take the points. Yeah, they're
7.5 left.
Taking the points, I think. But in fairness to Gonzaga backline, they're getting cut offside because just the Michaels carriers are getting over the gain line time and time again, and just so hard to get reset. And that's the power has been so impressive, but also the skill set. I mean, Michaels, they're able to play that ball out of contact, either one-handed or two-handed, and it's just giving them an extra bit of momentum and an easier gain line.
Chris Cosgrave happy to have another go. Same format as before. Strikes it beautifully. Drills it between the posts. Wind not a factor at all for Cosgrave today. He's nailed everything that's been put in front of him.
Yeah, and it's a warning to every other team in this competition that if you can match Michael's power, your discipline needs to be good, because they have the kickers just build the scoreline so quickly. 100% accuracy from him has been phenomenal.
A few more changes being made.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
Colbert now. And off goes Boyle after a pretty phenomenal performance in the front row today. Kick. Wilson went for that one, just couldn't get his hands right on it. It's one of those days from the superstar game that we saw him having in the first round. Nothing has seemed to go his way today.
It hasn't, but you got to admire his enthusiasm. He's chasing every kick. He's going for every ball with 100% conviction. But I think Michael's have been aware to his threat, and they're making sure there's lots of bodies in his way and making it difficult for him. He's definitely a talent to keep an eye on, and I'm sure we'll see lots more of him as he progresses his rugby career.
Hold it there, lads. Just a bit too far apart, okay? Just a bit closer on both sides.
Impressed with the officials as well today. Good refereeing going on.
Just a bit closer
brilliant.
from you,
I
okay?
think they've missed anything. They've worked well as a team together. You can hear them on the ref mic giving the players, real clarity. There's been a lot of choke attempts, and he's given the players clear direction around that. So really positive performance from Andrew Cole, Sam Holt, and Johnny Hollywood.
Taken forward again by Booth. Michael's now happy to just use those big forwards, bashing it up left and right. Jeffrey Woods now with that high kick again, chases on. Wilson takes it well though, as he spilled it forward. Caught it well initially. This one's dangerous. Where is this one going to go? Colbert gets up to face a wall of blue chasers. But they've managed to win it back. Colgan puts a long, dinky one. Has that gone in? It has, just about. Maybe a line out.
Yeah, really coolly left there by Carroll. He just knew exactly where the touchline was, and the ball just drifted out. You see, it's a great box kick from Gonzaga. Good chase. Wilson's after that again, looking to get any scraps, but he just lets it out and over the line.
Taken well by Barron in the line out. Available there again, quick ball. Woods moves it outside. Good hands from the second row. Keenan.
Hey, release 15! Stay there, back foot.
On they go.
3 minutes.
Through Josh Egan. 3 minutes is the call from the referee.
3 minutes left, 9, okay?
Slowly they build up. Hickey again, using that power, brushing aside Seamus Carroll that time. Carroll seems to have got injured in that last incident. Cosgrave now trying to find some space, stepping well, going forward, keeping that ball alive. It's still there and available for Jeffrey Woods. Chance now if they can get some width on it.
Hold it.
There's an injury, that injury that I mentioned to Carroll.
Sit down.
Looks like it's a bit of a bad one. So,
Stay there.
referee rightly holding up play.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
Yeah, and again, good referee. Not only the referee could see behind him, couldn't see Carroll on the ground, but as soon as the
3 minutes.
Michael Spears bounced back that way, he realised it looked pretty
3
serious.
minutes left, okay? Exactly that.
Yeah, it was carry initially from Hickey as he tried to find his way through. We'll see it here. He just hits him. I think he might have caught him on the chin.
Yeah, he might have got chin with his elbow maybe, but he's such a powerful carrier, Hickey, and he just seems to have connected by mistake with Carroll's chin, and he was down, and he hadn't really moved, Reggie, for 30-40 seconds because the play went all the way across to the left, so hopefully it's not too serious.
Yeah, he's up and about now anyway. It's definitely a knock to the head, so can't see him taking any further part in this game, which is disappointing for him. But as you mentioned there, Bernard, the warning signs for other teams. Other teams still left in the competition.
Yeah, I'll keep you guys
watching this Michael's performance. What are they going to have to try and do to contain them?
Well, look, I think they've looked incredibly secure in nearly all areas of the game. Their kicking game, their catch. Defensively, it's just been so hard. I think Gonzaga maybe had 2 line breaks in this game. Their discipline's been pretty good. Set piece, their line-out ball has been excellent. It's very hard to pick. I think you need to spend a lot of hours over a video to try and find some holes in this team's quality.
Sad sight there to see Seamus Carroll go off, but good to see him up and about. Good performance from him today. And there have been good performances right across the board from Gonzaga. Not found wanting for effort, just coming up against a solid side as Hickey goes forward. Gets it to the new scrum half. Woods with a little half break. Tries to make the ball available again. It looks like it's there. Gonzaga try to counter up. On they go. St. Michael's not protecting it as well this time, but Jeffrey Woods still has it. Shifts it back outside towards Josh Egan. They go Carroll. Carroll brings in the rangy Simon O'Kelly into the centre. They place it there again. It looks like Gonzaga may have gotten it. No, just enough of a clear out. Go outside Hickey. Now is there a chance to get some space on that outside? It's brought back inside by Stephen Woods.
No hands on the ball.
Jeffrey Woods now. Carroll ships it on towards the second row. Keenan. Zach Baird goes forward. Another Leinster 18s player. Out they come towards Dylan Rogan. No shortage of talent across the board in this Michael side. Carroll puts it out towards O'Kelly. Straightens the line again. Looking for width on that right-hand side. They have numbers down the right. Gonzaga calling for cover, but it's turned over. Off the feet again is the call from the referee. And it'll be a Gonzaga penalty. They've gone quickly. Max Colgan trying to find some ways. Were they 10? Bayon says the ref. Colbert now puts it outside. Slightly forward there. to Luca Hassett. He was just standing in front of Davy Colbert. There was no space to bring that pass back. As the clock goes to the red and Michaels get themselves this scrum.
Yeah, and it's another piece of impressive defence, Reggie. We see here Gonzaga trying to get the ball to Witt. Michaels leave the last man, so they come in and take the second last man, and Gonzaga eventually should get the ball around, but unfortunately in doing so they have to throw a forward pass. But you also see the cover from Michaels coming on the inside. Simon O'Kelly would have made that tackle there, so their understanding of the jam defence and how you react if it's beaten is really impressive.
Lots of bodies now getting tired. Cramps moving in.
30 seconds.
30 seconds is the call from the referee to get some treatment. Certainly seems to be a bit of discomfort. Notice this a lot on the 3G surface, Brendan. We do get a lot of cramps, don't we?
Yeah, particularly the schools players, and it's surprising really because I know Michaels have all 4G pitches, and so they're used to training on it. Blackrock have one now, but I think it's as well it's the nerves, the build up to the game takes a lot out of them as well, because it's such a big occasion for them, playing for the big crowds and representing their school in a competition like this.
Well, it's great certainly when you get conditions like today. I can't keep up if it's 3G, 4G, 5G. I've lost track at this stage, but
I think 5G's for the phone and 4G for the pitch.
when it works. But on today it definitely worked. Because you don't have the surface affected by the adverse conditions. Just the handling makes it difficult. We're going to be coming to the end of this fantastic quarter-final though, between Gonzaga and St. Michael's. It's been Michael's day, no doubt about it, but Gonzaga have never stopped trying. We get this scrum. Jeffrey Woods will have to put in for St. Michael's.
Interesting, Michael's have only had 7. Both teams only 7 in the scrum at the moment, Reggie. So
hold it.
Nine's going to get us out from the second row's feet and play, which he managed to do.
Yeah.
That's time 9.
Now, Carroll, they're trying to get some width on this one. Gets it outside to O'Kelly. Works really hard when he gets into that contact area, O'Kelly. Take it forward again. And they've had enough. And Jeffrey Woods says, happy to put that one out. And that brings to an end this fantastic game between St. Michael's and Gonzaga. Michael's just too strong today for a gallant Gonzaga team.
Oh yeah, Gonzaga's so brave, so skillful, but just on the day, Michael's performance and we're, dominant winners and deserved winners, but I think Gonzaga can hold their head high, and I think Michael just sent a message out to every other team that they're going to have to bring an incredible performance to challenge them.